This is Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. Welcome to the show. It's Friday night. Yeah, didn't get paid. Friday night. Parties jumping. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope your weekend is going to go even better. Now, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms as we get ready to get into the show. But before we do that, please let me know that you can see the show, because I'm looking over here and it's not showing that I started yet, but now it did. It just did. Okay. I also can't see anybody in the chat. So where you at? Yeah, I need to see where you at in the chat. Okay, somebody said, good evening, everyone. Oh, Dallas, that's my man. All right. Now, if you can hear me, also let me know so I can get busy, because you never know with these folks with YouTube. So can you hear me? Check one, just for fun. I like to do the check one for fun. Los Angeles in the crib. Yeah. All right. What's up, Kev? It's Friday night in Kev's Corner. Hi, here I am. Yep, you can hear me. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get busy, because we got a lot to try to cover, because I have a plethora of recapping to do about yesterday's rally. And that's why I didn't do my show yesterday, because I wanted to watch the rally. And I was going to live stream it, but I was like, nah, let the people go ahead and check it out. And we'll just do a deep dive recap on it, some of the highlights, and of course, some of the lowlights as well. So let's get it. Let me get loose. It's Friday night. I might as well. What? Like real gorilla. This team's in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah. Now, somebody said, looking good, Kev. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been sun tanning. That's right. On the back of a truck. That's what I've been doing. Sun tanning. I ain't laying out no beach. Got no lawn chair or nothing. I'm on the back of the truck getting a tan. That's why I suntan that. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. But before I do that, don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner store. This number right here, 330-974-4607. You can text Maggot to that number. This way, if something happens to me on this channel, I'll be able to communicate with you guys. And then also, if you can, subscribe to my alternative channel, which is Stop and Think About It. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can. I got a Cash App and a PayPal and the links below. And then, of course, I got Kevin's Corner store. You can get all kind of merch. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it, because Trump was in the Bronx. Oh, Trump visits the Bronx. What? What's up?
Wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." Okay. That tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
A swastika?
Don't do that. We see it anyway.
You see it anyway?
Got no humanity, and they need to be destroyed. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps, and I want my scalps.
So wait a minute. According to Joy Reid, all of those people that we just saw in that clip, busting rhymes and having a good time, and I'm talking salt and peppers here, and we're in effect. We saw nothing but salt and pepper in that audience, but somehow they Nazis? You got to be careful. Let me go. Maybe I missed something in that little clip right there. Let me see. All right, because she was just like, oh, anybody who supports Trump rocking that hat, you might as well go ahead and put a swastika on it. Do these guys look like Nazis? Do they look like Nazis? I'm not sure. Let's see them. What?
Wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." That tells people that you go along with this. Yeah. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Well, then we're going to go ahead and have to look into these new Nazis that's running around, according to Joy Behar. Now, do you understand? I had to pick this clip because I want to show you how the elites look at just regular, everyday Americans who simply is fed up with the liberal left, fed up with the Democrat Party, fed up with these globalists, fed up with being put, in the back of the line while everybody else gets bumped up to the front, just fed up with it. And somehow they land on Nazis. Nazis. See, and this goes to show how these folks are either so dumb or so evil that they would buy into believing that all of these people, regardless of race, color, sex, gender, all of that mess that we all get caught up in sometimes. Regardless of all of that, they put blinders on to throw them all in the category something so horrific in our history as Nazis. And I'm thinking to myself, Joy, Big Nose, have you ever read about what Nazis did back in the day? Huh? So now all of a sudden, I guess you're just assuming, and in her mind, you know, in this pea brain of hers, that bird brain, see, because she got that toucan sand nose. I'm starting to think she got a toucan sand brain as well. And that bird brain of hers, she really thinks that there aren't what we're about to see out there excited and supporting Trump. Because if she didn't, if she had any broad view of this, she would stop and say, whoa, by me saying this, I'm assuming that Jews, Latinos, blacks, Asians, all of these people we're about to see are Nazis. And guess what you do to Nazis?
Don't do that. That's not. Because we see it anyway.
Nazi ain't got no humanity.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. That's how Joy sees us. That's how a lot of these elites see us. Yeah, Nazi ain't got no humanity. So we're going to go ahead and have to see about these new modern day Nazis.
They need to be destroyed. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps, and I want my scalps.
Now, isn't it sad that something like this clip from this movie used to be like, yeah, all these Nazis really need to be destroyed. Now we're at a point in our history where you got modern day crazy leftists who look at everyday Americans on the same level as we used to look at Nazis and say, yeah, those dudes need to be destroyed. They ain't got no humanity. They need to go. I mean, do you understand what they've done? These folks are responsible for genocide, hatred, all of this stuff. Now here we are in 2024 and we got dummies like Joy and what we're about to see thinking that American citizens who rock a MAGA hat or support Trump is on the same level as the Nazis. That's unbelievable that we've gotten here, but the Democrats and the left and these globalists have done their fair share in convincing a lot of Americans that we're on this level. And it's unbelievable.
We can no longer say Trump's the bad guy.
Look at this guy.
If you vote for Trump,
what?
You're the bad guy.
So wait, I'm a bad guy? I'm the bad guy. You telling me if I vote for Trump, I'm a bad guy? If the Jews vote for Trump, they're bad guys. If these Latinos vote for Trump, they're bad guys. If all these black folks we're about to see in this video, all of these folks from the Bronx, if they vote for Trump, they're bad guys. Not just bad guys, but whatever.
If you vote for Trump, then you, the voter, you, not Donald Trump, are standing at the border like Nazis.
Nazi ain't
Here we go.
got no humanity.
Yeah.
They need to be destroyed.
See, so now we ain't got no humanity. That man was on a TV show and said, if you vote for Trump, you might as well be standing down there at the border like Nazis. Like Nazis. And you see what the man said? Nazi ain't got no humanity. Nazis need to be destroyed. And that's where they're going. They're convincing society that the enemies of the state, the enemies of the 1%, the enemies of these globalists, the enemies of the loony left, they're so demoralized. These folks are so void of morals, so void of humanity that, hey, we don't need to look at them like the rest of us. You've heard them talk about deprogramming us and all of these things. And now that man just said that we might as well be down there on the border like Nazis. Unbelievable.
Go, you here, you here. And I think we now have to flip it. And it's a given the evilness of Donald Trump. But if you vote, you can no longer separate yourself. You can't say, well, he's okay, but.
So now let's look at all these Nazis, y'all. And it's sad. We shouldn't even have to sit back and even discuss this whole issue in today's society. We shouldn't even be sitting there going, man, I'm listening to people on TV comparing American citizens to Nazis. American citizens to Nazis. Now, I doubt if that guy right there really believes it because he's a propaganda. But Joy Behar and many others, unfortunately, have bought into this. And it's a sad day in America when I'm thinking to myself, now, wait a minute. How did I go from being a black man to a Nazi? This is crazy. They don't even stop to think about that. So now we got to look at the new face of the Nazis, according to Joy Reid. Here we go. Joy Behar. Let's see.
I am a Democrat.
Oh, wait a minute.
And I belong here.
Are these black Nazis?
And who you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
Keep wearing that red hat that says Make America Great Again. You might as well just put a swastika on the hat. We see it anyway.
He's gonna win again.
Well, look at that. So when she looks at this lady right here, I don't know if she's half black or white. I don't know if she's Latino. But Joy, when she looks at that hat on that girl right there, that's what she see. She see a swastika. This girl right here might as well be a Nazi, according to Joy. Let's see some more of these modern day Nazis, according to the left.
I love him.
I used to be a Democrat, and I changed to Republican because I cannot stand what's going on.
Now, wait a minute. How did that white nationalist disguise her accent and speak with a little bit of Latino in her voice? No, I'll tell you, these white nationalists have really gotten good in disguising the way that they look and the way that they talk and their dialect and everything. Because surely we can't be looking at minorities up here talking about we love Trump. Surely we can't be looking at that. So these are all Nazis in disguise. Well, they're good. They're good. Here's one right here. I don't know what country she's from, but she's probably from Ireland or one of those countries like that, England. Surely not from a South American country or something like that. Let's see.
Came here legally. I get really, really, really upset when I see that people that cross, the border freely, and they come and give them housing, give them free money, give them iPhone 15.
iPhone 15. Now you see this? What right does she have to get mad over the fact that she and maybe her family members came here the right way, and now all of a sudden she ain't paying it forward? She hating on them, bypassing that process and letting all of these illegal immigrants come in and cut the line and then give them benefits right in front of their face. How dare her get upset about that? She need to look at this like these people are coming for a better life. That's what she need to be doing. What the heck she talking about? She complained. You know what she is? You know what she is? She's a xenophobe and a Nazi.
I don't have iPhone 15. I can't afford it.
Now you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, white lady. Okay, white lady Nazi that looks like maybe you're from a Latin country or something. But nonetheless, you're not fooling me. I see through it. So now you go ahead and you take your flip phone and you make it work, okay? Like Captain Kirk. Brrr, Captain's log. I'm down here at the border watching all of these illegal immigrants coming to the country, Spock. Scotty, beam me up. Somebody needs to beam us up because we down here in a foreign land where we're watching the Democrats bring all of these folks into our country and dropping iPhone 15s on them. I can't take it. Let's continue.
Well, that's Bidenomics in action.
So shut your
Wearing that
mouth.
red hat that says Make America Great Again. You might as well just put a swastika on the hat. Because we see it anyway.
Wow. So that means when Joy Behar looks out at all of these red hats on all of these black and Latinos and Jews and Asians, what she is seeing on them are swastikas. That's what she's seeing. And according to the other guy, I forget what his name is. That might have been Lubin Tubin. Yeah. According to him, all of these people might as well be down at the border. So that lady that was just complaining about them bringing all these illegal immigrants in and getting, iPhone 15s and stuff like that, she might as well be down at the border like a Nazi. Yeah, don't be complaining about that. And don't be supporting Trump. If you vote for Trump, you pretty much are Nazi. So that's a lot of Nazis in that audience right there. And boy, we've come a long way when Nazis are all types of colors and races. They're no longer just the Jews. The dang on Germans. They're no longer that. Yes, the blonde hair and the blue eyes. None of that. So I guess it's just come in any color. Nazi is a mentality now. It's not a race. Unbelievable. Oh, I forgot, man. Now, dang on it. Now I guess I gotta register as a Nazi according to Joy Behar because I got MAGA hats too.
Make America great.
Look at that Asian Nazi.
Thank you, Bronx. Thank you, New York. We love you. Thank you. God bless everybody.
God bless everybody.
Outside noise. We gotta come together.
Now look at that skinhead. You see the skinhead right there? Where's his swastika that's on his forehead? I'm sure it's being covered up by blush or makeup or something.
You know, black Americans, white Americans, Jew Americans to save this country.
Whoa. That's not Nazi talk. Black Americans, white Americans, Jewish Americans, all types of Americans. That don't sound like Nazi talk. Somebody go get Joy Behar. So this guy right here is talking like a patriot. That's what he's talking like.
They are only interested in stripping us of our sovereignty, stripping us of our rights, stripping us of our religious rights, stripping us of our freedom of speech.
Now he's talking about the left. He's talking about Democrats. Now what he's describing is Nazi tactics. Stripping people of their rights, their freedom of speech, all of these things, forcing vaccinations in their arms, labeling their opposition as Nazis. That's something, you might as well be calling us vermins. They get mad because Trump called folks vermins because he called them animals, but yet they're up here calling us Nazis. This is crazy. So they get upset over that. Trump mentioning the poison in the blood of our country, took all of that stuff out of context, and yet we see folks on TV referring to Trump supporters as Nazis. There you go. So let's finish hearing this guy because he's describing Nazi-like characteristics and behavior. I'm just saying,
They are moving fast. And we have to get together to make sure we support Donald Trump, to make sure we have somebody in the White House that will stand up for us.
Keep wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." Might as well just put a swastika on the hat because we see it anyway.
Poll after poll after poll showing minority voters are souring on Biden's economy.
Now, did Joy Behar see that? I want an apology. I want Big Nose Toucan Sam to sit back and look into that audience and say, oops, maybe I shouldn't have opened my big fat mouth that soon. Because what I just did is suggested that all of these minorities, the folks that I was so blinded, so stupid to believe that in her head, when she closes her eyes and imagines a Trump supporter, you know exactly what she sees, guys. Yes, man. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Now somebody must have came in here and messed with my... There we go. There, man. Somebody must have traded my Nazi hat in. I got it back though, man. So now when that Joy Behar closes her eyes, that's what she see, man. She see me, Bob, the stereotypical white nationalist Trump supporter. That's right, man. Yeah, being dressed in all of my red, white, and blue. But mostly white, okay? Because the white is right and the white is bright. Okay, yeah, way brighter than all the other Aborigine colors and Latino colors and salt and pepper colors and all of that stuff, and the ashy colors and the off gray and the dingy. You don't want that dingy color either, okay? That dingy color get on you, give you the willies, man. Coming out looking like you was rolling in soot. Dang on it, man. I want some pure white as snow America. You understand that? That's what she sees. She sees Bob when she closes her eyes, and imagine what type of person would be walking around with a Make America Great Again hat on. Yes, definitely, Bob. But yet, if you stick all of these people in her face and say, these people are all kind of nationalities and colors, are they Nazis too? Well, I didn't mean them. I would love to see her weasel her way out of that one.
An open southern border and foreign wars. Trump getting big cheers for his take on the most pressing issues. Watch.
Oh, let's see.
What a crowd.
We want Trump. Where is he at? In Idaho? Is he in Idaho? I'm wondering. I mean, he surely is not in the Bronx on enemy territory where mostly minorities win. He can't be there. He got to be in Nebraska somewhere. The back hills of the Appalachian Mountains where all of the militias are training, according to Mad Max. He got to be up there speaking to those guys, right? I'm a little concerned.
The minute crooked Joe Biden shuffles out the door, I will rapidly rebuild the greatest economy. Real earnings for African Americans are down 5.6%. African Americans are getting slaughtered.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Yeah, that's right, man. I'm back. Trump, what you saying, man? We talking about all the African Americans are getting slaughtered. I thought that was the master plan, man. I thought when we voted you in as a white supremacist, white nationalist Nazi, you was gonna get rid of all the blacks anyway. Send the blacks back, Trump. That's all we're saying, man. Put those blacks on some choo-choo train and send the blacks back for where they came, okay? Now here you are here talking about some, the blacks are getting shafted and stuff like that, man. They need to get shafted, okay? So now, Trump, don't make us take our votes back. You got the blacks and the Asians and the Aborigines and the Jebusites and the Hittites all out there talking about some we want Trump. Only people should be saying we want Trump is us pure white as snow Americans, okay? With our white Bibles and our white teethers, for the most part. Sometimes they get a little yeller. Sometimes they get a yeller, okay? But on the inside, they white, because white is right. Now, God bless you, only if you're white. So, Trump, what you doing, man? Up here talking about blacks and stuff getting shafted. I thought that was the plan. Stick to the plan, Trump.
Hispanic Americans are getting slaughtered. And these millions and millions of people that are coming into our country, the biggest impact and the biggest negative impact
is on the white man. I'm sure that's what he's going to say. It's on the white man trying to take our country right up from under our nose.
Is against our black population and our Hispanic population.
What?
Don't assume it doesn't matter just because you live in a blue city. You live in a blue city, but it's going red very, very quickly.
You're going to get in trouble with all of your white supremacist, white nationalist voters. I'm sure. Now, I wonder how the fake news is going to try to spin all of that wonderful talk right there. Because, see, how can you listen to the words that man just said and say, somehow he's a racist? Watch him do it. Watch him do it. All of this wonderful talk that unites us, that includes and embraces minorities. Watch the media somehow say, regardless of what he actually said, don't you be fooled by this white supremacist, white nationalist. He don't love y'all. They're going to do it before we get out of here. I'll show you, just in case you're doubting it.
Recent polls showing Biden's lead in deep blue New York has plummeted.
Oh.
It is now down to single digits. More of the historically liberal base splitting from their party.
So we're in striking distance? That's what you're telling me? Now, I'm not saying New York is going to go red, rather. But I like being in striking distance, you know. Ain't nothing better than to be right behind the rabbit on a 400-yard dash. Let them go ahead and tuck her out, and you just stay right behind them, and hopefully you got enough push at the end to pass them. So who knows? Anything can happen. We've seen some very exciting things take place, especially recently. I mean, just think about that whole New Jersey rally right there with 100,000 folks. That was a gut blow to the left. And so was this.
And recent polling also shows Trump with 20% of the black vote. Now, just to give you some perspective here, in 2020, he only won 8%. That is a huge difference.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are.
Now, wait a minute. That don't sound like white nationalist talk. That don't sound like the talk that Joy Reid be up here talking about. Trump always talking about white nationalism. He only supports. And you know what? He did a video. He showed this little video. He retweeted it that talked about the Third Reich because he's a Nazi, obviously. He's a Nazi. Yeah. So all of these things they've been saying Trump is about, but yet they always cut this stuff out. Why don't they show this? What motive could they have to skip past all of these things that appear to be addressing all Americans of all colors and disputing the rumor and the fake narrative that Trump's a racist? I mean, is he a part-time racist? Do he set aside that racism every blue moon just to come out and fake it like the Democrats do and pretend that they love Latinos and love blacks? The bodegos of all of that. And you know what? I grew up in a black church, and I used to go ahead and sing with the Temptations. You didn't know I was like the fifth or sixth or so, how many ever Temptations it was. I was that guy. Yeah, I had braids then. You probably didn't recognize me, but I sang tenor with the Temptations. All of that crap. Trump didn't get up there and pander. He just dropped it like it was hot.
Doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans. We all want better opportunity. I'm not just going to promise it. I'm going to deliver it.
Unlike the Democrats.
The Trump campaign had a voter registration table set up at the event where some Democratic voters say they
Holy moly. Look at all of those brown faces. Oh, I know they can't even watch. I know the Democrats are like, huh? I know they're passing out. Like, let's tune in and see what happened at this right nationalist rally. Are those black people? Oh, someone go get my medicine. I'm sure Nasty Pelosi can't take this. I thought we owned all of the blacks. Unbelievable.
Party affiliation to Republican, including Bronx resident Marcelo Bravo Lopez, a one-time Democrat whose
like
father
a white nationalist
immigrated
name.
to the United States from Mexico.
When he arrived into this country, he didn't receive handouts in the way that we're seeing, and all these accommodations to.
Well, that's a really good disguise they got on this white nationalist Nazi, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so what are you talking about, buddy?
The migrants. He came in here, he worked hard, and I think that we need to return back to those principles.
Oh, you mean American principles? The stuff that makes us proud to be an American? The stuff that makes folks that want to come here and willing to go through the things they need to go through to get here and become a citizen, and then they're proud about it? You mean to tell me we need to return back to that instead of this open border policy that makes people come in and have no connection to our country, don't feel like they earned anything? Like the kid that just, was born into a rich family, like maybe Joe Biden's kids, maybe like his kids and stuff like that. Yeah. So instead of returning back to that, to where folks are going, you know what? I went through a process, son, friends, whomever else, you can do it too. Instead of saying, man, forget all of that mess. How about you just go straight down to the southern border and capitalize off of these Marxists, these globalists, who have opened up the doors for any and everybody. They can't even discriminate because they've opened the border so wide that folks coming through, we can't stop you because you're, possibly a part of a terrorist network. We don't want to start discriminating and asking questions, even though you're from a Middle Eastern country. We don't want to assume. All right, now what's your gender again? You're Asian? You're from China? We can't question you, okay? Because we're letting everybody in. You probably got them down there at the border like, you cannot tell me I can't come into America. Even though I am from China. Doesn't mean I'm coming here because she sent me. Now let me in. My rights are being violated. They got these folks thinking they have rights. So now how are you going to go ahead and discriminate when you have a wide open border down there on the southern border, and yet you're trying to go, well, not you guys from another continent, but these people are allowed. So what that has done is open up our country to be invaded by pretty much any country, whether they're from hostile countries or not. How you going to discriminate? Now all of a sudden you might find yourself on the list of being a xenophobe. Just because you're going, well, you're from Iran? Well, I don't want to question your intentions here. So go ahead into the country. That's how dumb our politicians are right now. And I can't even blame just the Democrats. Our dumb Republicans, they're barely even a smidge better. I'm glad we just got some sprinkled in MAGA Republicans that's holding it down for now. Hopefully in November that'll change. Now, I haven't been keeping up with those, races where, we got some people coming in that are challenging some of the rhinos, but I really need to get on top of that because we need to get rid of the rhinos so we can really get some things done. Wait a minute. What is this? Look at that. That black Nazi right there getting up there on the stage with Donald Trump.
One thing I want to say is what?
Keep wearing that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." Might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
One thing I want to say
it anyway.
They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures.
And they always gonna call you Nazis. And anybody who support Trump might as well put a swastika on their head.
Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
Oh, that's Nazi talk.
And that red hat that says "Make America Great Again." Might as well just put a swastika on the hat. Because we say it anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. That's where I like those teeth. I want to find out where you did. I got to get my teeth like that. I want that to happen to me.
Yeah, I told y'all, man, I'm down with Trump now. Word, man. Hey, listen, bro. I told y'all, man, I was gonna get a shout out. Hey, man, just the other day when I was on Crummer, yeah, that dude, man, my homie. Yeah, man, I told y'all the other day, man, I'm down with Scrump. Yeah, I got delivered, bruh. I got delivered at the pump. Now I'm down with Scrump. Yeah, man, I was at the pump, man. The pump didn't stop. The pump was digging into me, bro. It was like all over me, man. I said, nah, man, I ain't down with the pump. I'm down with Scrump. Yeah, word. So now, Trump is talking about give me some of the bling bling, baby.
Right, there are a lot of anti-Trump people in my neighborhood, but still, some of them believe and are coming to vote for Donald Trump because they believe in economic success and they believe in lowering crime.
But the crime, the economy, and also immigration. What have you noticed with kind of the migrant crisis, specifically in New York alone? How has it impacted your neighborhood?
Well, for one, illegal aliens are being transported to communities near me, to shelters near me, and that's upsetting. Why?
Hush up, boy. Yeah, you ain't get the memo? Hush up, boy. Don't be whining about them illegal immigrants coming into your neighborhood, brother. Yeah. So let's continue.
Why can't we help the homeless veterans instead, the homeless American veterans? Instead, we're helping illegals.
To see him, you know, it's a what's up, and thank you for doing what you did. It's 50-50, honestly. People gonna have some love and hate. Some people do love him, but us, I still prefer him as better than Joe Biden.
Was life in the Bronx better under Donald Trump or under Joe Biden?
It was better under Donald Trump. I can tell you that the Bronx has been through many changes. Everything was getting back on track. And then, you know, everything is like falling apart again.
Senior citizen cannot walk in the street. Our children have been killed. Groceries, when you go to a grocery store, you can't even buy anything anymore.
Everybody needs help. People need housing. Instead of giving migrants and everybody that's coming from other countries.
Now, wait a minute, y'all. We were told just a few years ago, talk like this was white supremacy talk. That's what we were told. Now, I'm so glad these folks have gotten an awakening when it come down to sending all of these illegal immigrants to their neighborhood to show them that these Democrat politicians don't love them, don't care nothing about them. How rude is it to invite somebody to stay at somebody else's crib that you didn't even ask them if they could come? Yeah, don't worry about it, man. You can stay at my boy Rob's crib. Rob come home from work and 3 or 4 people sitting in his living room. And he's like, where'd y'all come from? Kev let us in. He told us we could stay here. What? He would be offended. Same thing with these folks right here. They didn't vote for this. Yeah, all of a sudden, these folks show up in their neighborhood. But see, the sad part about it is either they were willfully ignorant or they were just going about their business and had no idea the policies that awaited them when it comes down to those Democrat politicians. Because they were all over TV talking about all of those red states are racist, they're xenophobes, this is nothing but white supremacy, and it's Trump and his rhetoric, and he hates all illegal immigrants. And it was all fun and games when they were pointing the finger at Trump and those red states. But when they showed up at the crib, now all of a sudden you're paying attention to policies. And now you want to focus on what these guys are talking about. You should have did that before you voted them in. So granted, I am loving what I'm seeing right now, but I'm hoping that all of New York wakes up before it's too late. Because see, if they keep voting for these dummies, before they know it, they're going to be overwhelmed, which they almost are at this point anyway. But these folks right here, they done caught it. They like, nah, man, something's going on, man.
Countries help. We here. We Americans. Give us some help.
El dinero, mayormente a los inmigrantes.
They're giving all the money to the immigrants.
No está mal, pero que.
Look at this. All of these Latinos and blacks are talking about these illegal immigrants. Why, you would think they would all be white, middle to upper class, male, straight men and their brainwashed wives that would be saying something like that. Wow. I wonder if the Democrats are going to come out and call all these people that are concerned about the xenophobes. I wonder if they're going to do that, you think? I wonder if they're going to show all these clips on MSNBC and CNN. No. No, they're not going to do that.
It's not. I'm not against that.
No, lo que pasa es que están cortando lo nuestro acá.
The problem is they're cutting our stuff. What can Biden do at this point?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing can save you. So, yeah, nothing. Good. Yeah, because he's been doing that the whole time anyway. Doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. Okay? On the 5th day of Christmas, the Democrats gave to us absolutely nothing. Let's continue.
Even if he did something, we're beyond the point of no return when everybody's on the Trump train.
Oh, so you know what happens. When everybody get on the Trump train and the Trump train rolls into the Bronx, they gotta send in, she was more, she was more like a doodle queen on a doodle screen. I pay no mind, but what do you mean? She's a congresswoman. She's LC, she's bubblehead number one. She won't, without a doubt, she's just dumb. So she's LC, she's bubblehead number one. Let's see what she got to say.
He is stuck in a pretty tight radius of where he can go. New York City's blue. Brooklyn's blue. Brooklyn is blue. Queens is blue. The Bronx is blue. And he's got nowhere to go. And so he's decided to come to the South Bronx. He's broke. He needs to pay these legal funds.
Do you hear all this stuff she's slinging out? She's just going through her database of lies. Just come on, Bubble Wine. Just throw anything out. He's scared. He's hiding in a corner. He's reminiscing of his childhood when he was beaten. And you know what? He was laughed at on the playground. So now he's taking it all out on us in the Bronx. He wants to live out all of his childhood frustration and not being appreciated from his father. How do you know these things, AOC? That was my question. And she's talking about he's broke. Maybe she ain't paying attention to the deal he just landed. You know, according to his stock and all that stuff. She don't care about that, though. Right now, she's just on autopilot. Yeah, that bubble head is popping all over the place. Dropping all kind of lies out.
And, busing people in order to get those donations so that he can funnel them to his legal fees is kind of...
Busing folks in. Democrats, boy, these folks, man, they bathed in lies. Telling you, man. What do you want to eat? A lie burger? Please hold any truth. I don't want any truth on that. I want a burger with nothing but lies on it. So now here she is swallowing lie burgers and vomiting them back up on a network. And Trump's broke, but yet he's busting folks in to vote for him and help him with money. So now, isn't that counterproductive? You don't bust folks all the way in to donate to you. It's unbelievable. They don't even think about how stupid they sound.
Kind of his business right now.
Uh-oh. Wow, Trump, you must have spent a fortune busting all these people in. I think you spent more busting them in than getting donations from them because your rallies are free. It's a bad business strategy.
Get rid of AOC! Vote her ass out!
What?
Get rid of AOC! Vote her ass out! Get rid of AOC! Vote her ass out!
I'll tell you, won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like...
Clowns? Now, who's calling who a clown with those snappers you got in your mouth? Saber-toothed lion having teeth. Here she is up there trying to talk to those big rakes that's sticking out of her mouth. How dare she? Can't close her mouth whatsoever. I know her tongue is dry as the desert. Man, I would like to get some saliva, but I ain't been shut in years because these teeth is blocking everything. So now here comes Bucky Beaver up here calling all of these citizens in her state clowns. Now that goes to show how disrespectful they are to any Trump supporters, how they do not care about the opinion and views of anybody who does not support the dang on Democrat Party, that she would go so far as to say, and his clowns. She might as well be Hillary Clinton. Yeah, deplorables. I mean, this is the same woman that a couple weeks ago said, black kids don't even know what a computer is. That's right. They go in there like, no idea what a computer is. But now she's calling all of these citizens of the Bronx clowns.
Like the Bronx, New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. He wants...
Just like you can never, ever close your mouth with those two big teeth. Saw him down, man. Or go outside and start gnawing on some wood somewhere. I need you to cut some branches down in my backyard. Bring those teeth here. Let's continue.
To spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending there's...
Made-up fake rallies. They are reaching, man. They are reaching up in the ether like, I'm going to pull down whatever statement I can to try to undermine this and make it look like it ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about Trump, man. All these, 35 or 40,000 folks trying to show up. That ain't nothing. I mean, if I wanted to, I could get that. I could get that type of crowd. I just don't want to, though. Yeah, I mean, I could, but I don't want to. And besides, man, it's fake, man. It's all fake. That's CGI. You ain't know that? That's CGI. The whole crowd was CGI. Shoot, man. Are you trying to convince us of yourself, huh? Nah, let me see. There you go again, tripping, man. You ain't one of them clowns, are you? Unreal. So let's finish hearing from Bucky Beaver.
For your cow.
The BX?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not John Leguizamo. I used to think he was funny, but he's a Trump hater too.
Oh, he's going to get his. The BX don't mess. They don't play around.
Yeah?
Well, let's see him get
He
his.
should never came over here.
Should have never came over
here.
Never?
I've been here, living over here all my life. I'm 72, going to 73.
And what?
I know people in these neighborhoods, they don't like him.
Well, apparently you're wrong, pal. Because look at these.
There was no real crowd. My friend's daughter works there. She didn't see a real MAGA crowd for him. It was pretty empty.
It was pretty empty? Empty like that? Whoa. Now, first of all, the whole front line is black. That's great right there. The whole front line is black with MAGA hat. That's crazy. Where's Joy Behar? Huh? Where's Lubin Tubin? That's what I want to know. So now, remember, the Bronx don't play that. Yeah. I need my
Invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? Wow. A lot of MAGA hat Nazi wearing hat wearers right
He
there.
wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies.
Just
and
made up
pretending
fake
they're
rallies.
supporters.
What do you think about him being here?
I think it's great. I think it's dope. I felt from my generation, from what I know.
Now you shut your mouth, clown. You shut your mouth, because we just heard Bugs Bunny. We just heard Roger Rabbit. We just heard Bucky the Beaver say that all of those folks there were clowns. Clowns. Yeah. And AOC said they were all bust in.
This is the first time president has actually came to the hood.
What?
I know presidents have came to the Bronx before.
Creepy
but we're
didn't come?
talking about Woodlawn, Riverdale. He has came to Morrisania, South Bronx.
Oh.
The hood.
The
So-
hood. Now, I didn't think Trump was able to step in the hood. Being a white nationalist and all. You know, the hood is like holy water. See, so I'm surprised he was able to step in the hood. Because remember, Trump, he didn't disavow the Charlottesville situation. He's calling for bloodbaths. He hates all blacks. He hates all that. He hates everybody but the white folks. That's all he loves is the white folks. So how in the world did he get in the hood and navigate through all of that white supremacy and racism and stuff like that, and then all the black folks who should have attacked him immediately? Should have attacked him immediately. But for somehow, they parted like the Red Sea and embraced him. They embraced him. They're celebrating him. See? Now, this is damaging to the Democrat Party. That is why every time Trump does something that is contrary to the narrative that he hates all black folks and all black folks hate him, they figure out a way to hate on it somehow. When he was down there in Atlanta at that Chick-fil-A, and that black lady came up, gave him a hug and all that stuff, they figured out a way to hate on that. I don't know what this thing was. When he was up there in, where is it, New Jersey, they figured out a way. This thing he had in New Jersey, I don't know what that was. It's always the sarcasm. It's always, let me find a way to throw mud on whatever he does, because we need to keep y'all thinking this man is a danger to the country and he hates everybody but his rich, upper class, white voters. That's what we need to keep y'all thinking. So why would we show you clips of black folks going, Trump, Trump, we want Trump, we love Trump. We need those bubble head, big nose, toucan sand nose having people like Joy Behar really believing that the only folks that would be somewhere like this with MAGA hats on would be folks that would wear swastikas on their hats. Yeah, Nazis. And we need that.
Donald Trump is the man. Everybody want to see Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is the man.
You voted for Trump in past elections?
No, I voted for Biden, but I regret it.
Oh, look at that. Send all these clips to Joy Behar. I want to shove these clips right up that toucan sand nose of hers. I want her to go ahead and inhale it all. I want toucan sand nose. I want her to go ahead and get a big fat whiff with that toucan sand nose. Inhale it, smell it. I want it to go up those nostrils with that Humpty nose of hers. It's just a freestyle. Meanwhile, I keep the beat kicking. Let's keep the party kicking.
What was the crowd like?
Uh-oh. Somebody look like they are a party pooper. Boom, boom. Because I'm having a party. I don't know about y'all. I'm enjoying this party right here. All aboard the Trump train. Boom. Trump train. See, that's how James Brown floats across the floor. Yeah, I'm all aboard the Trump train right now, having a great time. And somehow, a hater done snuck on. You can see it in her face. It looked like she's been sucking on a whole bag of lemons. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I hate to report this to you, Anderson Pooper, but...
What kind of response did you get?
Well, certainly a bigger crowd than I think Democrats would like to see, particularly given this is one of the bluest counties in the entire country.
Yeah, certainly a bigger crowd than the Democrats would like to admit. Because remember, everybody hates Trump. Everybody hates Trump. She was sitting there in a daze. Like, what? I'm on camera. Oh, well, certainly, hold on for a second, Anderson. Okay. Can we cut that out? Oh, God, okay. All right. TDS made me throw up. Okay, here we go. I got to put my poker face on. Okay, how's this one? Is that, can people see through that? Yeah? All right, this one. Okay, never mind. Come on, just roll with it. Well, certainly more people. That woman looks mad. Looked like her face hurt. That's what I would have asked her before I even asked the question. All right, before we get into this, what's the matter? Your face hurt? Huh? What's wrong with your face? Fix it. So let's continue, because now this face right here is hurting too.
New York City's blue. Brooklyn's blue. Brooklyn is blue. Queens is blue. The Bronx is blue.
And so are you. You're blue. Meaning you're sad after seeing him come up on your turf that you ain't been doing nothing in, and then you hearing people say things like this.
AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Man, this dude got some Trump glasses. Oh, snap, I'm jealous. All right, somebody, y'all gotta send me some of those. I need me some Trump 2024 shades. I'm upset.
You need to tell her that she need to stay out the Bronx, because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump.
No, wait a minute. That's a true brother right there. Man, you need to tell her, man, she need to stay out of the Bronx then, man. Look around, man. Everybody here for Trump. You can't go ahead and say these folks are white nationalists or Nazis. So now I got a message for AOC, or should I say this woman does.
Get rid of AOC. Vote her ass out. Get rid of AOC. Vote her ass out. AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx.
Nothing?
Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
You tell her, girl.
Get rid of AOC. Vote her ass out. Get rid of AOC. Vote her ass out.
And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs.
So wait, you're confessing that was the goal? Yeah, the goal for all of these charges and stuff? So y'all drag him up there for these unnecessary trials, and then he goes ahead and flips it on you and throws a party right in your backyard. You come home, AOC, from doing nothing all day, running around promoting yourself, only to find out he's throwing a grill out in your backyard. Hey, how you doing, AOC? Since you don't believe in borders, or an invasion, because that's the white man. That's the white man's, narrative right there. We decided to invade the Bronx and throw a celebration like Rick James. Celebration right in your backyard. Now you're hating. Now all of a sudden, get out. Now all of a sudden, you want somebody to scram. No, AOC, you scram. So now here she is interpreting what Donald Trump is thinking and feeling and what his real motive is, because she's clairvoyant like that.
Because he always has to be in court. And so it is truly an embarrassment.
And for who? You? Did he show up there and kicked it in your backyard? And 30,000 folks showed up to the party? And I bet you she probably blended into the party. I bet you. For all I know, AOC could have came up in there with some shades and a costume on herself. I ain't got an AOC costume, but I'm sure she might have came there with some dark shades on herself. Overcoat, hat, and everything. Talking about some Donald Trump. That's right. And we support Donald Trump. She probably was hiding in the crowd. Unbelievable. Here we go.
To him, and I am looking forward to the response of everyday Bronxites talking about how they feel about him.
Really? Well, here they are.
Get rid of AOC, vote her ass out. Get rid of AOC, vote her ass out.
Yeah, that's how they feel.
Nothing to lose. So I can stand up here and I can say this. None of you here are paid to be here. She got on color TV this morning and said that Trump busted in these people and paid everyone out here. Who here got paid to be here today?
Oh, wait. According to AOC, these folks were busted in by Trump, who's broke. And got to do it because he's in court all the time on some trumped up charges. And then, of course, Hochul said all these folks are clowns. That's like 30,000 clowns and 30,000 folks bust in. And I don't hear anybody saying, yeah, I was paid to come here. Now, that's what really hurts. So you come out with a fake lie and narrative like this, and then you say it early to where as the people who showed up heard the lie, and now they're exposing the lie right here. So I'm wondering, is she going to return back to that statement? I'm looking forward to hearing the people from the Bronx and how they felt about it. Well, now you're hearing it.
Are you here because you know that this is the time in history? That you're in the right place at the right time, and you need to be here today.
It's too much crime. Everything is going downhill. The economy is going bad. The food is expensive. It's like
that's right,
affordable housing is not for everybody. It's just horrible.
Biden, they have disrespected the people of the city of New York. This was the best city in the world.
AOC, are you watching?
The great apple anymore. We're not the big apple. We are the rotten apple.
Biden went on the Charlemagne.
So Democrats done poison the apple. There you go. Now, if the folks in New York want to keep biting out of a big fat apple with worms in it, then keep voting the way you did. Keep voting for Bucky Beaver. Yeah, keep voting for Raggedy Behind AOC, who I cannot believe she's going on her third term. Unbelievable. And she got a little competition that we might get to tonight. I think I might have to bust up the celebration into several parts, y'all. Because I thought I was going to be making more progress than this. But it was so many clips from this event that I'm going, I ain't going to be able to get through it all tonight. We already at 53 minutes. Don't the time fly when you're having fun? But let's go ahead and get through as much as we can. Here we go.
Our show, he said, you ain't black if you don't vote for him. I'm black because that's how I was born and what I am. And Trump is the man that can save this country. Period.
I want food to go cheaper. The gas, I want gas cheaper. When I came and he was the president, the gas was a lot cheaper than it is right now.
Now we're becoming the Bronx second-class citizens. We have this influx of migrants are coming in, and they're getting everything.
Look at this, you white man! I cannot believe this Latino white supremacist xenophobe is complaining about bringing in folks that are his same race, some of them, some of the ones that are from actually Latin America. Because remember, guys, we got like 120 countries around the world that we are funneling into our southern border and other places. So I'm talking about, the Latino ones that the Democrats banked on deeming Trump to be xenophobic and hating Latinos, and hoping that folks in America who are legitimate Latin citizens would jump on board just because. Remember, the Democrats focus on your commonalities, race, your physical characteristics. You're Latino, they're Latino. Hey, what do you mean you don't want them coming in illegally? That's like me being black, growing up in the black neighborhoods where black folks will break into your house and in your car, and I'm saying, I'm black, they're black. Of course they can come in and take whatever they want in my house. I shouldn't have a problem with it. Only people I would have a problem with is the white man coming in my house and stealing. Long as they're black, have at it. What's mine is yours. Mi casa, su casa. No, these folks are going, nah, man, you can't come in here and jump past all of the line, come into the country, and then start reaping the benefits of American citizens as they push our faces to the back. Excuse me, I've been in the line trying to get to shut up you. That's what's happening to all of these American citizens up there in New York. Biden, they should put it on a bullhorn. Hush up, boy. Hush up, boy. Every time they complain. Hush up, boy. Unreal.
Everything. And everyone in the Bronx, in the city of New York, is forgotten.
The next day.
What else really stood out to you about the rally?
I will say this rally did look a lot like America. There was a lot of Asian voters there. There were a lot of Hispanic voters, a lot of black voters there, which is not typical for a Trump rally that goes.
Oh, snap! Look at that. Snap. So it looked like America. America first. Right there. I got to look up on it for a second. It looked like America. America first. That's right. Make America great. Brought to you by Kevin from Kevin's Corner. There you go. I had to put my disclaimer in there. So now, this woman said it looked like America. Blacks, Latinos, Asians, all kind of folks. But I thought Trump wanted to focus just on the white man. Remember, it's the white man who he's elevating. And the Democrats hate this. They hate seeing unity. The left hates this mess. How are they going to promote their raggedy behind policies if folks can't be divided into little groups like this? You can't have folks uniting. We got to bust y'all up and get y'all focused on stupid stuff that we made up. They look at Joe Biden. Look, they're down in Georgia. They won't even let blacks drink water. Well, what kind of mess is that? Stupid crap like that. Anyway, let's finish hearing this lady have to painfully report this.
To when I'm in Wisconsin or Michigan. Yeah. So that's what was fascinating.
But it is a cross section of New York.
Exactly, exactly. And that's specifically why Trump was there yesterday. Those are key demographics that he sees are starting to break for him just a little bit. That door is opening for Hispanic voters to start voting for Trump in record numbers. They want to capitalize on that in this election. They think if they do, it'll spell success for them.
Now I know somebody on that CBS set is waiting. Because if she keeps going like that, they're in the corner with that blow dart, like, they're ready. She's going to get it, y'all. She keeps talking like that. It looked more like a melting pot, the America that we all wanted to. And oh, wow. Anyway, so the America, immediately, I'm sure they're like, we can't have her saying these things. We need her to become an idea. It was nothing but segregation in that crowd. He had white police officers beating all the Latino folks and the blacks and stuff. And he made them go to the back of the line and didn't give them water. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they would rather hear.
Let me stay with you for just one moment, Charles.
Uh-oh. Here it is, y'all. The ultimate hater. I think we're going to end with her. Y'all ready for Scary J? Y'all ready for, I think it was her Chinese eyes? Because here she is looking like a Chinese white woman. The soul sister #1 done went got her makeup done to make her look like a Chinese / white woman. / Eddie Murphy when he was on Saturday Night Live pretending to be the white guy walking around like, you mean I can just take this and leave? Yeah, she looks like she got a full-blown white comb over. So now here she is about to come up with the craziest twisted narrative about this whole rally and Trump's motive. Ready for the knots that she's about to put herself in this fake dude right here? Just to try to hit her. First of all, these are all clowns on this show. Look at that. You bring on this softcore black dude over here. Yeah, I could tell he got that pompous look right now. He has that, like he's just smelling something. That's right. And then you got the black / white Chinese lady in the middle with the big face. And then you got the weirdo over on the side. That's a grown woman, but got burgundy and blonde hair. What are you, a superhero? You Rogue? You're auditioning to be Rogue? So now let's finish hearing Joy Reid try to spin this whole Bronx rally and give one of the craziest narratives I've ever heard.
What will be the point of Donald Trump going to the Bronx and bigging up Putin, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un?
That's what you heard, Joy? Him talking about how Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi Jinping is smarter than our dumb zombie walking around, arms out, leading head first, like a toddler, can barely stand up, can't find his way off stage, can't eat a salad. That guy. He's bringing him up for an example, Joy. You're trying to make it seem like he's bringing him up to celebrate him. He's bringing him up as an example of how horrible our politicians are, and they can't handle serious politicians and leaders in other countries that are dangerous. So how is the dead man walking going to get on the stage and negotiate with these folks? You need a hardcore president to deal with these folks. That's what Trump was talking about. But white Chinese woman right here, apparently she thinks that Trump is just up there like, I love them. Yeah, they're great. So now here she is dropping all kind of lies, all kind of fake narratives in just that quick statement. And look what else she slides in.
In a place he can never win. The Bronx is full of black and Latino folk, and he's not fond of those.
Right. Look, and he's not fond of those. Boy, I tell you, is she psychic? I didn't know that one of the requirements to be a MSNBC fake propagandist is you have to be clairvoyant to see into the hearts of men. Yeah, he's not fond of those. What makes you think that, Joy? Huh? Oh, yeah, the people who own you. That's what makes you think it. The people who say, you get your Chinese white / black big face apple head out there and you say something that sounds stupid and crazy, but hopefully we got enough bubbleheads watching that will believe it. So Trump's not fond of it. Trump's not fond of it. Unbelievable. So let's go ahead and hear this black man's excuse of what Trump really was doing.
But you said it yourself in your question. He's not going to win New York. He's not going to win the Bronx. But that audience is not the Bronx. The audience is everyone else in states that he could possibly win. And what he tries to do...
Bates, how low can you go? Death row? What a brother knows. Once again, back is the epitome. Prime enemy. Yeah, I need some bass. So once again, one of the requirements to come on MSNBC, turn down that bass and turn up that treble. Soon as you come into that studio talking about bass, how low can it go? Death row? Well, the brother know. Once again, back is the epitome. Enemy number 1, 5, 4, 6, 3s. And I got them. Yeah, they done turned down that bass and turned up that treble. So now here he is. You know what? He's his real audience is he's not doing this for those people. He's doing this for the white man. See how they'll spin it? So somehow Trump's doing all of this to impress the white man in other states.
There's no downside for him to do this, by the way. What he's trying to do is just signal to other people. Signal to people in swing states who are white.
Signal to people. See, I can tell you're sending a signal with that bobblehead, with that real soft jelly neck of yours. Can stiffen it up, man. Bow that neck up. I don't want to feel like if I slapped you, I might break your neck. Oh! Stiffen it up. While you talking, I don't want to see this. Yeah, only reason you probably ain't doing this right now is because you're on TV. Yeah, isn't it? And you know what? And so what else about Trump we need to hear?
Who don't want to be thought of as voting for racists to soften the ground there and say, well,
so guys, here's their theory. Trump did this so he could trick all of the real racist white nationalists, or should I say, the other white folks who are going, well, now, honey, I like Trump's policies, but I can't bring myself to vote for a white supremacist and a white nationalist. According to big face Applehead white Asian lady on MSNBC, she's told us that Trump hates all blacks and we can't support that type of ideology. Well, wait a minute, what's this? He's in the Bronx. So you're telling me he's not a racist? There's black, Asians, and Latinos there? Well, maybe we pegged him all wrong. Let's now go and vote for him. That's what she wants us to believe. That's what these two coordinated before they came out here. And look at the weirdo waiting to get in. Tag me in, because I'm a weirdo. So now, let's finish hearing the guy with no base finish his wild theory.
Maybe he's not such a racist. Also, to maybe shave off a couple of percentage points among blacks and Hispanics. Also, people who look at it and say, I don't want to vote for a racist.
Well, I know something that's been shaved off is your eyebrows. Why are you sitting here looking like you got built-in Joker eyebrows? Somebody done went to tweezing on those eyebrows. You shouldn't look like you are constantly raising your eyebrows like this. Think on it. So somebody done arched those things. And don't be talking about my kid did it while I was asleep. I woke up and then she was playing around and got my eyebrows arched. No, man. That's too high of an arch. That ain't natural. Somebody went to work on those with those tweezers. So now, here the man with no base and arched eyebrows talking about shaving off something. And I'm thinking, that's the only thing that's been shaved is those eyebrows. Boy, I know I'm going to get in some trouble. At some point, somebody's going to bring all these clips back to me. Here I am, the next senator of the United States, Kevin from Kevin's Corner, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, stop the press. He was picking on a man with no base. Obviously, he's homophobic. I'm like, no, I could joke and have fun. I'll pick on you. You don't like it? Yeah. And that's how you handle that. As soon as they come to you. Do you disavow back in 2024, you were talking about a man with arched eyebrows? Are you homophobic? No. But I do know how to cut and have a good old time. Are you? Are you homophobic? Yeah. Looks like somebody been arching your eyebrows too. Are you a bully? Maybe. If you make me be one, I will. Now get that mic out of my face. Next question, please. There you go. So here we go. Let's finish.
And they say, well, maybe he's not as racist as they say that he is. This is signaling to other people, has nothing to do with New York.
Nothing to do with New York. Nothing. It's signaling to other people. Nothing. Now, that right there gave him an outlet to be able to go ahead and shake that head like he's been wanting to. Nothing to do with New York. So he had his outlet right there. And we all know that this had everything to do with New York. But he wants everybody to think that this was an elaborate plan to put together a full-blown rally in the Bronx just to convince. Man, this is how crazy these people are. Just to convince his white voters that he ain't a racist. He ain't a racist. Now, it takes more energy to think up something this stupid than it does to just say, man, Trump has an appeal with minorities. And in fact, the statistics show that really in the swing states where they're more diverse, his numbers are growing. And in the all-white areas, the numbers are decreasing. But I thought diversity and stuff like that would spew him up. They would vomit Trump up. All of the blacks and Latinos and the Asians and stuff. I thought Trump would have the white folks on lock. But he don't. So now, what is it going to be? Is it all white folks supporting Trump? Or is it they're not supporting Trump and Trump got to go and appeal to the black folks who shouldn't be supporting Trump according to them? So then what they never addressed why all these blacks and Latinos came out though. That's what they're not addressing. They're saying he's just doing this to appeal to white folks. But then what made all of these black and Latino and Asian and Jewish folks come out to see him? That's the question. Oh, they fell for the trick? Oh, these folks are dumb.
That's nothing to do with the Bronx.
Yeah, the unified right thing. He just says things like that.
No, you just say things like that. Here you are talking about some unified right thing. He just says things like that. And yet y'all just came out of here with a elaborate scheme. Look at the guy right there. Yes, with his eyes closed. Yes, that's right. Let me meditate on my propaganda I just dropped with my eyebrows arched. So he's enjoying it. He's savoring it. Yeah, right there. He's savoring his lies and propaganda.
It's Trump. That's what they want us to believe. The unified right is like a thing. It's like an actual. Google it. Joining us.
Google it. Boy, and I ain't even touched on that. I got some stuff on that. So apparently, if you haven't heard it, Trump retweeted a video that somebody put together that was promoting Trump, and the left went through this video and found a article. Now understand, it was flashing all of these articles from the past. It was a software that the person went to make the video look nostalgic and old. And it was flashing all of these like news clips. Now understand, you have to be a 100% hater to be online like anything Trump tweets. Your whole job is to get it, go through it, and try to find anything you could demonize Trump over. Because the naked eye wouldn't have caught that. And I'm sure Trump didn't catch it either. And it wasn't suggesting anything about the Third Reich or anything like that. It was just a news article from the past, back in the 40s or 30s or something like that. And yet they found that and said, somehow this means Trump is promoting Nazism, the Third Reich. You understand the desperation you have to be at to try to go slow that down. Now we got quick flashes of old news clips. Slow them down. Let's go through them with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, there's 1922, the Renaissance. No, okay. What is this? Reich? Reich right here. Oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and say Trump's a Nazi. He retweeted a video that the naked eye couldn't have caught just watching the video. And yet it didn't mean anything. It wasn't emphasizing anything. The whole message of the video had nothing to do with the Third Reich, Nazism, any of this stuff. But this is the lies that these folk concoction just to try to stop this man right here.
Yes, now NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns, who was there at this event. Chief strategist for the Bush-Cheney 2004 presidential campaign, Matthew Dowd, and former Obama campaign advisor, Amisha Cross. So Dasha, you were there last night. You heard it. You talked to the people who were in that crowd. How was his message received?
Well, this might sound a little counterintuitive, but I did talk to folks in that crowd who themselves were immigrants. A lot of folks from the Dominican Republic. A lot of people that I talked to were born and raised in the Bronx. For some of them, this was their first ever Trump event. And when you talk to immigrants that are going to these Trump rallies, they agree with his message on immigration. Their point is, look, I did it the right way. I came here legally, and especially those living in New York right now, the sentiment I heard from a lot of voters was, we have these immigrants right now that the city is taking care of in a way that I've never felt taken care of by this city. It was a large crowd and a diverse crowd. Yes, there were some people.
Any second, she's going to get the dart to the neck. Any second, she's going to get a dart to the neck.
From Westchester, from New Jersey, but there were a lot of people there that were from the Bronx, Black and Latino voters that are sick of how much they're paying for gas and groceries, that are frustrated with the situation at the border, and that find President Biden's rhetoric when it comes to minority voters a little bit offensive. Take a listen.
Biden went on the Charlemagne the God show and said, you ain't black if you don't vote for him. I'm black because that's how I was born and what I am.
And he's black with a MAGA hat. But he's a Nazi, y'all. He's a Nazi. Somebody say, oh my God, I love your program. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And you know what? I might have to come back tomorrow and do part 2 of this. Because like I said, it's so many wonderful clips and nuggets to get through. We ain't going to be able to get through it tonight. After this clip, we're going to go ahead and dismount, and then we'll pick it back up this weekend. I'm going to hit y'all with this. Since I wasn't there yesterday, I got to finish this. One, it's funny. It's funny. I like celebrating the calamities of the left. So let's go ahead and get through this part right here.
And Trump is the man that can save this country. Period.
Period.
So interesting to talk to those voters, Anna, and multiple people actually mentioned that Charlemagne the God interview. I did press back with some of those folks, mentioning some of Trump's rhetoric that's been seen as racist and bigoted. They said they don't have a problem with that.
You're right. This woman does look a little too enthusiastic. That's why she might get the dart to the neck. That's what she might get. Because she's up here like, and they were really, unlike the one who looked like she smelled a fart. Yeah, the other one had to sit there like she just smelled doo-doo. But this woman seems a little bit jovial.
View his actions over his words in terms of what they feel he can do for their community. Again, the economy, those pocketbook issues.
But what about racism? What about racism?
Unfortunately, as I said, when times of troubled economy, there's an audience in America that can be appealed to by a strong man and blaming the other. Another thing I'll note is that he never
blaming the other. That is the whole strategy of the Democrat Party. Everybody's a white nationalist but us. Everybody's xenophobic but us. Everybody's homophobic but us. Everybody's white privilege but us. So now here he is talking about this is Trump's strategy. Don't buy into it. I guess he convinced all of these folks that are black, Latino, Jewish, Asian. He convinced them by blaming others. How about he convinced them by pointing out the obvious? Meaning this, you go into a store and you go to buy some bacon that I love, but I can't afford now. You go into the store to buy bacon and you're going, what? I'm going to have to go ahead and find a pig somewhere and kill it. I'm going to have to go sneaking in somebody's farmland and as I'm hopping the fence with a pig under my arm because I want bacon and can't afford it in the store. Yeah, how about this? I got to sit back and stare at the pump. Dude, don't talk to me. I'm looking at the pump. I got to stop it at $5, okay? Not $5.01 because that'll overdraft my account. $5.01. Now you're in the negative. You sit back going, dude, you're sitting there stopping it like $4.95. Click. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. Do I go ahead and hit it or do I stay at $4.95? Because I might hit it one more time and it go to $5.01. Now I'm in the negative. It's stuff like that that made these people say, yeah, we got a problem with this. It's stuff like them seeing folks with the 501. See, I've been there before where I know exactly what was in my account as a young boy. And I'll be sitting there like, oh God, I got $19.37. I'm putting $19 in the tank. I can't, oh, wait a minute, 1917, $19.22. It'd be like, and then go to the bank account. You have a balance of 4 cents. At least I ain't in the negative. At least I ain't in the negative. So anyway, I got distracted. I distracted myself. No, you guys distracted me laughing at the 501. But anyway, back to this guy. He's trying to pretend it's Trump that's convincing these people that the pain that they actually feel, is because Trump is doing the whole other thing.
On his sort of English, why people all speak all different language. I noticed he never speaks about the problem of somebody speaking Norwegian or somebody.
And I noticed nobody on this network has any bass in the voice. He needs some bass in the voice. Come on, some bass in the voice. The other dude didn't have no bass in his voice either. Where's the bass? I'm looking. Why is it that if I go to MSNBC, I got to be flipping up stuff? Looking around, all right, what you looking for in there, sir? Bass. Because I'm noticing no man in this studio has bass in his voice. So here's another bassless guy. Here's another bassless dude talking about
speaking Swedish or somebody speaking Danish. It's either Latin America, Mexico, or Africa.
Oh, God. You see him slide in the insinuation that is all motivated by race. Trump never talks about people from Norwegian and from this. And I'm going, they're not crossing our border. You don't see a lot of Englishmen, Frenchmen coming across our border. We're all the Swedish. See, so here you are trying to make it, you're trying to pretend that Trump is talking about folks, but he never brings up the Norwegians and the. So what are you insinuating? That shows that he's a racist? First of all, I don't hear Trump talking about their language much at all, if ever. But for some reason now, you just threw that in because you are a propagander.
Which is a pretty strong signal of what he means.
Doctor, are these voters just not offended at all by those types of comments and some of the actions he took as president?
Here we go. Meaning this, y'all. Has any of our lies and propaganda worked at all? See, this is the time where we evaluate the success of our raggedy behind campaign to stop Trump by demonizing him and labeling him a racist. Tell us, how effective has it been? Well, here we go.
I will say, I talked to these voters about the Central Park Five. I talked to them about some of the comments that he's made and the policies beyond rhetoric, right? They are just so focused on what their lives are like right now, what they can feel tangibly, that when I push back with those comments, they shut that down. They said, listen, he might say some things. Again, they focused on the rhetoric still because they feel like that's what the media sort of, consistently puts out there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. In other words, folks ain't falling for that garbage anymore. They're not falling for the Jedi mind trick. Donald Trump is a racist. That does not work on us anymore. So my one-time just prayer is just to be in the audience one day when one of these fake news networks are asking questions, and I would push everybody out of the way. If I see MSNBC doing these type, I would be like, get the way, out of the way, excuse me. All right, here I am. All right, here for my interview. Ask me some of those questions. Ask me like what some of those questions y'all be asking those people. I would love it. I would let them have it. I'd be like, the only reason we even think about race when it comes to Donald Trump is because you guys are constantly bringing it up. How about the lies when you said that Trump never denounced white nationalism? Trump never denounced the leader of the KKK. Trump never. What about those lies? I would give it to them. They wouldn't even air my segment. They'd be like, oh, we can't even air this dude. This dude just ripped us to pieces, ripped us a new one. Because I play for keeps. So let's continue.
They say he might say some stuff that's offensive, but at the end of the day, I feel like my life was better under former President Trump than under President Biden. And I take all of the points that we're hearing here, but this is what I hear from voters consistently, and we see this reflected in the data as we're seeing these numbers of Black and Hispanic voters getting chipped away from the Democratic Party and moving towards Trump.
Oh, Nasty Pelosi is not going to like that. Wait a minute. What do you mean we're losing our peasants? Well, someone go get the horses and the sheep and round them up again. What do you mean? Who's going to clean my pools? Who's going to, you know what? Someone hurry up and get me my medicine. I'm feeling anxiety over this. Oh, yes, that calms my nerves. Yes. Now, back to these peasants who've left our plantation. See, so I know Nasty's not going to be happy about this. Somebody's going to get flogged. They're messing around losing all of these minorities that was on the Democrat plantation. There's going to be hell to pay.
Can happen in the next 6 months, but I just see this consistently as I talk.
Donald Trump and the Republican Party created the chaos he is hoping to benefit off of.
What? Here we go. We're going to end with this propagandist from MSNBC. Listen to her theory. Y'all ready for this? So now they done went through the white lady who obviously did the interview, and she's like, look, it ain't like what everybody said it is, and they ain't falling for it no more. So now we got to bring this chick in to get these folks back on the plantation and undermine anything that might show that Trump is not this white nationalist that they are claiming he is.
When the Texas Governor Greg Abbott and when Florida Governor DeSantis decided that they were going to send migrants to cities like my hometown of Chicago, to New York and various other places across the country, they did it with 2024 in mind because they wanted to create this fight for resource allocation. They
did it because you guys are sanctuary cities and said, we love them. Migrants are welcome here. Yeah, they did it because the Biden administration on purpose broke that border and opened it up and is trying to flood those states with a whole bunch of illegals. And then they wanted y'all to put your money where your mouth is. And now you want to separate your money in your mouth. You're like, I want my money to stay right over here, but my mouth to be all up in here. talking about some, yeah, we love immigrants and nobody's illegal. And what about the Statue of Liberty? And we're a melting pot and this country was built on immigration and surged the border and all of this. But then when you had to put your money over there, you're like, So what are you talking about? Put the blame where it's deserved on the Biden administration. Toots.
It fundamentally understood that many Black people, as well as brown people in these communities, already were suffering from lack of housing supports, from food insecurity, from other.
And why not go ahead and bring in all these illegal immigrants and dump them in their neighborhood and then start giving them the resources that could go to these blacks and stuff? Don't blame it on Abbott and all of them. Unreal. Y'all could easily say that we're no longer a sanctuary city in Chicago. Y'all could easily say that in New York, but what did y'all do? Hush up, boy. Y'all went ahead and said, let's sneak them around. Let's put them in the police station. Let's slide them over here in this little camp. Let's put them in this school building. Let's create housing for them. Let's find jobs for them. Let's make sure we give them resources. Let's go ahead and give them cars to spin and buy food. Let's give them cell phones. That's their response to this. And yeah, here she is talking about, and black people already suffer and was that. So you hush up, girl. Let's continue.
Issues, and they sought to create a more desperate situation and to have a population that would demonize new arrivals. I think that is.
Oh, so that population is demonizing just new arrivals, not illegal immigrants. Yeah, not new illegal immigrants. They're new arrivals. So that population now is the population that you swapping down hated Trump. You swapping down that population would vomit Trump up because they should be able to identify with the plight of all of these illegal immigrants that were shoved into their neighborhood and is now taking up their resources. They should be able to relate to that just based on color alone, right? And on race. But now all of a sudden you're starting to see that black and other minorities don't like illegal immigrants coming into their country and their city just like white folks and conservatives. Yeah, not just white folks. Conservatives look at this practically. It ain't got nothing to do. See, we know it has nothing to do with white or black. They make it a white-black issue. We make it a law versus lawless issue. See, that's all we're making it. But because they like to dibble and dabble in identity politics, it's a smack in their face when the same people that they swarping down would embrace this starts talking like the white nationalists they claim that don't want this stuff. Then they got to juggle it. Now they got to find out ways to justify why now black and Latino folks are going to send these folks back, build a wall. Now they can't explain that. So now it's Abbott's fault. It's these white governors. It's Trump and all of this stuff. No, it's these folks now waking up and having common sense to realize the Democrats created the problem and they don't care about the people that they claim they love. Because, they love black and Latino folks.
It's extremely disheartening. I would say that when talking to these voters in New York, there should have been more questions regarding or more comments about Trump's policies, because this isn't.
Oh, shut up. He talked about his policies throughout the whole thing. And did you see that big crowd of folks looking like carpet? See, and she's over here hating. She's drinking that haterade.
A rhetoric issue. Trump wanted to have the Central Park 5 actually murder. He wanted to ensure that
murder. Murder, he wrote. Murder, he wrote. Murder, he wrote. Yeah. So now here she is talking about he wanted to have a murder. Or could it have been that he actually thought that these young men was guilty based on the whole, prosecution and the information they had given out, just like many blacks and Latinos thought? Because I keep telling y'all, I talked to a guy that was around during that time. He was Latino. He was like, yo, man, we all thought they was guilty based on the evidence that they printed out there. It couldn't have been that motive. It had to be Trump just wanted these young men killed solely because they were black. There it is. But yet he defended Mike Tyson and went to visited him and wanted him to get out of prison. But for some reason, those 5 men, he wanted them dead. Wanted them dead. Not justice, but dead. But here she goes, trying to bring up stuff like this.
The state killed those young men. He wanted to ensure that, black people did not have a space in the buildings that he had across the state of New York. And
he wanted to make sure that. Not assessing it, not honestly saying, look, man, there was a lawsuit under his father. When Trump took over the business, he settled those lawsuits that was taken out when his father was running the company. But now all of a sudden it's Trump didn't want black people. Now, nobody ever stopped to ask Trump, is this true? Did you not want black people around? Even though Trump sued Florida to make sure there was integration when it comes down to the country clubs in Florida. So he wanted to keep all the racism up there in New York under his properties, but then, let the country clubs desegregate, right? I mean, they throw things out and I say, all this evidence to conflict with these narratives, but y'all never show the evidence, the counter evidence. See, it's kind of like what they're doing in court right now with Fat Albert. They don't want all of the exonerating evidence to be seen. No, we don't need anybody to see that because we want to paint this as this. That's period.
In many cases, he's also pushed for anti-civil rights legislation. We have already seen what projects.
Which ones, lady? So now he's pushing for anti-civil rights legislation. Just sling it out there. No reference. Nothing.
25 looks like. And for black people and brown people across this country, it is an assault on our rights and an assault on our very being.
How many black people during Trump's first presidency had an assault on their rights and their very yeah. What happened is when Biden got in, they had an assault on their wallets, bank accounts, 401ks, insurance, and their neighborhoods. That's the only assaults that's taking place. Assault at the gas pump. Folks fighting with that mug the whole time. You gonna get out my tank in there? I'm getting in there. How you gonna make it to where you got to go and you only put 50 cents in here? You gonna put me back in? That's the only fights that's going on. The real struggle is me trying to keep from spending too much money on food. Sitting there looking at the bacon, having a full conversation. Bacon like, come here, man. Come here. When the last time you ate me? Oh, it's about like 2 or 3 months ago. You miss me? Kinda. I know you do. Come on down here, man. Sniff me. No, I told myself I wasn't going back to swine until Trump get back in. Oh, come on, baby. Look, just pick me up then. Just pick me up. Okay, you ain't gonna jump in my mouth or nothing, right? No. Just pick me up a hand. Yeah, now bring me close to you. Yeah, that's all. I just want. You do smell good, bacon. No, I ain't falling for it. Put the bacon back. That's the only conflict that's going on. That's the struggle. That's the assault. Yeah, the assault's going on every day when people wake up and they say, our neighborhoods suck. We got all kind of crime issues, along with now illegal immigration that's flooding our neighborhoods. We got wars going all over the place. All of this chaos is going on under the Biden administration. And she's talking about black people was assaulted and all this stuff under the Trump administration. But she ain't giving no examples.
That's what we should be talking about here. This is not a rhetorical game. This is a man who has plans in place and a man who appointed judges who will make this happen.
The question
a man who appointed judges. So we're going to close with a wonderful depiction of MSNBC and what they're all about before we go ahead and pick up the rest of this tomorrow. This is a guy right here that was doing a report outside talking about the Supreme Court and Trump's immunity case. Let's see what happens here.
The president has absolute immunity.
Yo, fake news. Let's hear it again. See, I'm mad that I wasn't there to go ahead and harass this guy.
This is a man who has plans in place and a man who appointed judges who will make this happen.
The question of whether a president has absolute immunity.
Yo, fake news. There you go. The whole network. Fake news. Them, CNN, and many, many others. So, guys, we got a lot more footage to cover. Boy, I'm having a good time with that. And we'll finish having a good time tomorrow. I'll slide it in somehow. It might not be at my normal time, so you're going to have to be on guard. Stand by. Have those notifications set to all so that when I do go live to finish this, you can go ahead and click right on. Somebody said, what a great and funny show. Thank you so much, man. I had a good time doing it. I felt good tonight. I was in the pocket, man. Now, I'm going to let y'all know Gizmo's mad. I don't know what's going on. He's been walking around, depressed these last couple of days. It could be the new dog or whatever, but he's been hiding under the bed. I hope he ain't sickly. I wanted to give you all a dose of him, but he's up here pouting. I called him like 12 times a day. He was laying in his little bed looking at me like this. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, so I think he's a little pissed at me. Normally he'd be in here for my dismount, but don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and treat him like Tony Montana. That's okay. Another snack, another bone you'll love me again in the morning, okay? Okay? Yeah, so he'll love me again in the morning, and I'll give y'all a dose of him at some point. But thanks for kicking it with me tonight. I hope y'all have a great weekend and I hope it includes me, okay, because I will be back to finish this up. I don't want this to marinate too long, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to stay on it while it's hot. So please check back in with me tomorrow, and we'll finish this up and go on from there. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. If you want to support the channel, you can by clicking on my PayPal, Cash App, or just checking out Kev's Corner Store. Please subscribe to my alternative channel and all the other links. You know, go through them and see which ones you ain't subscribed to or you ain't following me on. And follow me, okay? Follow me. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I ain't want to keep y'all 2.5 hours tonight. I'm like, go ahead, Kev. Just cut your losses because I'm only halfway through. So we'll pick up tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Let's bounce, man. Let's get out of here. I rock the planet. Not me. I know you see the 8s. Yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.